Hi, welcome to my video on the translations of a parabola. And the translations is H, comma, K, which is a new vertex. But before we start that, I just want to go over the error that I made. In the previous video, what if a parabola is horizontal? There's an error on page 3 of 3, number 1. We got to change directrix y equals -7 to the directrix x equals -7. I had it in the diagram as x equals -7, but when I rewrote it to the right, I put down y. So it's not y equals, it's x equals -7. And because the equation is x equals 1 over 4p y squared, that means the vertex is 0, 0. And because p is positive, then the directrix will open from the vertex to the right. So the focus is p comma 0, and the directrix is x equals -p. And if p is less than 0, the parabola with the vertex 0, 0, the focus is on the left, so it's -p comma 0, and the directrix is x equals p. Just want to clarify that mistake. Sorry about that. Translating a parabola by h comma k. Well, we know that y equals 1 over 4p x squared. That's y equals, that's a parabola that will have the focus, have the vertex as 0, 0. And if p is positive, it'll open up. If p is negative, it'll be here, like this. So this is, f is inside and the directrix is here. Or if it's negative, it will move down like this with the focus here and the directrix up here. And the directrix is y equals -p, and the focus is 0 comma p. But what about if we have y minus k equals 1 over 4p x minus h all squared? So now the vertex of this parabola here is 0, 0. Now the vertex is h comma k. It's the opposite of whatever h is here, is the opposite of whatever k is here. So that means that it's, if you think about it, it's if the vertex is right here, moved over here, and moved up, so if this is h comma k, then it's still opening up like this. P is positive. The directrix is p units right here, so p is focus, focus is here, and the directrix is here. But it's, the parabola is just shifted by h comma k. So let's do a few examples. What about if we do y equals 112 x squared? Well, we have a parabola with the vertex is 0, 0, and we have that 1 over 4p equals 112. So 4p equals 12, so p is 3. And if we think about it, we want to draw the vertex is 0, 0, because it's y equals, and because p is positive, that means the parabola will open. Oop, I almost made a mistake. The parabola will open up. I was going to turn it going sideways. The parabola, because it's x equals, because it's y equals x squared, then the parabola opens like this. It opens up. P is 3. So what happens is that the focus, which is right here, is 0, 3. Make that a 3. And the directrix is on the other side at -3. So that's y equals -3. So this point here is 0, -3. So that's your focus and directrix. But if we take the equation and go y minus 1 equals 112 x minus 2 squared, now we have a parabola where the vertex is 2 comma 1. Opposite of negative 2 is 2. Opposite of negative 1 is 1. So what we have is that we have a parabola with a vertex of x is 2, y is 1. So this parabola, notice this is 1 over 12, and this is 1 over 12. So that means that we let 1 over 4p still equals 1 over 12. 4p is 12. P is 3. But because this is the vertex here at 2, 1, this parabola, because it's positive, because it's y equals x squared, opens upward like this. And the p is 3, so it's 3, we go up 3 units, 1, 2, 3. So the focus is gone to x is 2 on the vertical line, 2 stays, and we add 3 units to 1 plus 3 is 4, so the focus is 2, 4. We move it over and up, and the directrix is 3 units, so that's 2, 1, so this moves down 3, 1, 2, 3, right here, so this is 2, negative 2, and directrix is y equals negative 2. So you can see that it shifted. It only, but it's still, the distance of P is to the focus is 3 units, and the distance of the directrix is 3 units. So this is above 3 units, this is below 3 units. And also, we have an equation, x equals 1 over 4p y squared. So what we have here is that this parabola, if p is, again, p is positive, this one, the directrix, the vertex of this one, the vertex is 0, 0, and if p is positive, parabola opens this way. So the focus is on the axis of symmetry. So the focus is right here at P0, and the directrix is on the other side, equal distance from, so that's P units. This is the negative P units. So this is the vertical line, so it's x equals negative P. So if we go x minus h, 1 over 4p y minus k squared. We have the parabola very similar to this one, only the vertex is now still h comma k, so it's shifted. So it's shifted, and so if we take the vertex and move it over into a quadrant, again I just moved it here, so the parabola turns, opens to the right, and the direct, that's the axis of symmetry right there. And so this focus, this is h comma k, this is h comma k right here. So this focus is going to be, the h is going to have whatever p is, so it's h plus p comma k in relation to this one, and directrix is on the other side, which is x equals, and it's going to be the h minus the p. So let's have a look at an example. So let's take x equals 1 over 8 y squared. And again, with this parabola, the vertex is 0, 0. And I always like to draw a picture. Vertex is 0, 0. Because it's x equals y squared, then because this is positive, then the parabola will move left or right. Because it's positive, it will move to the right like this. And 1 over 4p equals 1 over 8. 4p is 8. So p divided by 4p is 2. So that means the focus is on the axis of symmetry. So this point here is 2, comma 0, which is the focus. And the directrix, if that's 2 units to the right, this is 2 units to the left. So this point here is negative 2, 0. So this directrix, this is broken line, is x equals negative 2. So if we take this parabola and shift it, so let's take 1 over 8, same as here, and we write y minus 4 squared. So notice now the vertex of this parabola, x is 3 and y is 4. So what we have is the vertex is 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the vertex is 3, 4, which is right here. And again, because this is positive, because it's x equals y squared, the parabola is opening to the right. It's the same parabola as this one, only it's shifted 3 to the right, 4 up. The axis of symmetry is right here. And so the focus, this is 3, 4. So we still have 1 over 4p is 1/8. 4p is 8. So p is still 2, same as we did here. P is 2. So it moves 2 this way. So this is a 3. So this is add on 2. So this is 5, comma 4 for the focus. And the directrix is, this is a 2. So the directrix moves, that's 2 to the right. This is 2 to the left. So the directrix is right there. So it's x equals 1. So that's 2 over there. That's 5, 4. So this point right here, this point is 1, 4. So it's 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and the directrix is a vertical line. So this is when the vertex is not 0, 0. So hopefully that this makes sense. And if everything is okay, let's do some extra problems. Find the equation of each parabola. And again, when I find the equation of each parabola, I like to draw a picture, because a picture of the parabola, the focus is, again, we know this is the x and the y axis. The focus is x, y, so the focus is 2, 3. So there's the focus, which is 2, comma 3. The directrix is y equals negative 5. So that's 3. So negative 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just pretend it's down here. So the directrix is y equals negative 5. So the directrix is a broken line. So it's y equals negative 5. So this point here, this is the focus. So because the directrix is a horizontal line, that means the parabola is opening upward, because the focus is inside the parabola, and it has to be working opposite the directrix. The axis of symmetry goes down through here like this. So the axis of symmetry is x equals 2 for the parabola. So this point right here is 2, comma negative 5, because any point on this vertical line, the x-coordinate is the same. So this is a horizontal line, so the intersection between x equals 2 and y equals negative 5 is this point right here. So the vertex of the parabola is in between these two. So we got a 2 on the line, vertical, so it's somewhere up and down here. Halfway between 3 and a negative 5 is, add them up, you get 8. This is the difference between 3 and negative 5. Split it halfway, and we get negative 1. So 2, the vertex is at 2, negative 1. So the midpoint, 2 plus, let's go this way. 2 plus 2 is 4, half of 4 is 2. Perfect. 3 plus negative 5 is negative 2, half of that is negative 1. So there's the vertex. Okay, now we need to get what p is. So the parabola is the focus is inside, so the parabola is opening this way. Because the parabola has the vertex here, and the focus is inside, and the directrix is on the other side. So this distance from here to here, that's from 3 to a -1. So that means P is 4 units. And this should be -4. -1 to -5 is a -4 on the other side. So we have an equation, which is we have y minus k equals 1 over 4p x minus h squared. And it's y equals x squared because it's opening upward with the focus in here. So the vertex is 3, so that's y minus 3. And let's deal with this one. 2 is here, so this is x minus 2. And p is, we said p was 4. So we got y minus 3 equals 1 over 16 x minus 2 squared. And that becomes the I put the focus in here. I was supposed to put the vertex. The vertex was 2, -1. Now I put the focus in here. So it's, sorry for that, this is h and k right here. So it should be y plus 1 and x minus 2. So this is a plus 1. And this is, now, I put the focus in here. I should be putting the vertex. The vertex is 2, -1. So we put the y is -1, so the negative of a -1 is plus 1. So it's y plus 1, 1 over 16 x minus 2 squared. It's 2. This 2 here is the same as this 2. So there's the equation. Sorry about that. The vertex got to go in here. Now, number 2. Again, I like to draw a picture because I find it's less confusing sometimes when you draw a picture. We have a focus of x is -4 and y is -3. So there's the focus, and -4, -3. The directrix is x equals 2. So x equals 2 is a vertical line passing through x is 2, which is right here. So this x equals 2. So there's the focus, and there's the directrix, x equals 2. And so if we go along like this and pick up this point right here, so this point here is, this is the axis of symmetry going through right here. Oh, let's pick up. This is -4, -3, so we're going through right here. So this point right here, x is 2 and y is -3. So what happens? This is the focus is inside the parabola. So this is the vertex that it hits at. Now this is the directrix, I should say. You gotta be careful. We have to get the point in between the focus and the directrix. So we have a -3. So the vertex is, that's a -3, -3. Halfway between -4 and 2 is -1. Add them up. -4 plus 2 is -2. -2 divided by 2 is -1. So the vertex is -1, -3 right there. So the parabola, the focus is inside, so the parabola is doing this. And so since that's the vertex, that means P is the distance from the vertex to the focus. So that's a 1 to a 4. So P right here, P is this distance. So this distance, P is -3. P is -3. And this should be 3 over here. From 1 to a, from a -1 to a 2 is -3. Perfect. So we have an equation, and the equation is, this time because it's moving sideways, it's x minus h, 1 over 4p, and it's y minus k squared. Parabola is moving sideways, so it's x equals y squared. And so the vertex, and again, just state the vertex, make sure I don't make that mistake. Vertex is -1, -3. So it's x minus h. X -1 makes it negative of a negative is a positive. And k is -3, so it's y double negative, so it's a negative of a -3 is a +3. And p is -3. So the equation is x plus 1, -1 over 12, y plus 3 squared. And if we want to, this equation could be changed to y equals 1 over 16 x minus 2 squared minus 1. We could change this one too to x equals -1 over 12 y plus 3 squared minus 1. So we can have it like this. Again, don't make any difference. If the vertex here is y is -3, then x is -1. Right here, y is -3. We have to get the opposite of both of these. Whereas here, if you put a -3 in, x is automatically -1. But either equation will do. Okay, let's find the focus and the directrix of each of these equations. So we have a parabola because we got y and x squared. So in this form, we have a vertex. Opposite of +2 is a -2. The opposite of a -3 is a +3. So that's the vertex. We have 1 over 4p is equal to -1/8. So that means -4p is equal to 8. Divided by -4p is -2. And again, I like to draw a picture. The picture helps me. The vertex is -2, 3. So x is -2, y is 3. There's the vertex at -2, 3. And p is -2. Because it's y equals x squared, with ignoring all the rest of y, x squared, that means the parabola is moving up or down. Because it's negative, it's going to move down. So it's moving down from here. So it's moving down with the vertex. P is -2, so we move down. So that's 3, move down right here. So this focus, and we can mark, I don't want to squeeze this in here, but this, so this is, we move down, so the x-coordinate stays the same on the vertical line, and we're moving down too, so the focus should be -2, 1. And the directrix, so this is, P is -2, so we move up here, so that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's right here. So this point right here is x is -2, and we move up 2, so -2 on this point, -2 on this point, -2 on this point, because on the vertical line all the x's are the same. So the directrix is y equals 5. So the focus is -2, 1, which is right here inside the parabola, and the directrix, D for directrix, is y equals 5. Again, repeat, y equals x squared. The parabola will move up or down depending if p is plus or minus. And the focus is inside the parabola, directrix is on the other side. And notice right here, this is the axis of symmetry, which is x equals -2. The axis of symmetry and the directrix are perpendicular to each other, forming this point right here. And we have another one to do. Let's see, we have a vertex of opposite of -1 is 1, opposite of a +4 is a -4. And again, I like to draw what is happening. So the vertex, x is 1, y is negative 4. There it is, right here, 1, negative 4. So that's the vertex. The equation is x equals y squared. So if x equals y squared, the parabola is moving right or left. And because it's negative, so 1 over 4p equals 1/12. Cross multiply, 4p times 1. 4p, 1 times 12 is 12. Divide by 4, p is 3. So because this is positive, then the parabola is going to move to the right. Again, x equals y squared, it moves left or right depending on what p is. So there's the vertex, so the parabola moves to the right because p is positive. So let's take it. Here it is. So the axis of symmetry is through here. And so that axis of symmetry is going through, so it's y equals negative 4. So p is 3. So p is 3, so that's 1, 2, 3. So the focus is right here. So that focus is moving sideways. So if that's 1, negative 4, add on 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4, negative 4. So the focus is 4, negative 4. And the directrix is on the other side. And this is 3 units to the right. This is 3 units to the left. So we go 1, 2, 3. So this point here, x is negative 2. And on this line, all the y's are the same. So that's negative 4. So directrix is perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. So the directrix is right straight down through here, through this point. And that point, that line, x is negative 2 on this line. This point is negative 2, negative 4. So the directrix is perpendicular to the axis of symmetry. And this distance here between the vertex and the foci is 3 units, and this is a negative 3 units. So this is 3 to the right, 3 to the left. So we have a focus of 4, negative 4, and we have a directrix of x equals negative 2. So that's working out different style of questions, but again, it's translated. The vertex is shifted out into a quadrant, and you have to add the p on to the x or the y, depending on which direction is moving. And if you like my video, click on the like button or subscribe button if you wish to subscribe to my channel. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Just one word. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye-bye.